Right, hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. So we freshly today just now acquired Dr. Doom as a 5-star champion, so I haven't really touched him yet. I barely read his ability description, and in today's video we're gonna be taking him up to rank 3. I believe that's as far as I can get for now till I get a couple more catalysts, but he probably will go to rank 5 extremely soon. We're gonna put in a lot of 6 stones in him, and then we're gonna head in Act 5 to check out what he is capable of. So there we go, rank 2 already. He's also obviously an absolute prestige powerhouse. So yeah, he's gonna be definitely really good for prestige. But let's see if he is gonna be another Thor Ragnarok, or if he's actually gonna be a great champion to use. I have heard mixed reviews about this guy. But we're gonna check it out for ourselves. So first things first, we need to actually get him to that rank 3. So currently he's at rank 2. There we go, rank 3. No, rank 2 still, max level. Rank 3 is about to come. There we go. And yeah, we're gonna need a few more tier 4 basics to take him up to rank 4. But I'm sure I'm gonna get those quite soon. I'm probably able to purchase them with my glory as soon as new AQ cycle starts, so I'm not gonna have to wait long till he goes to rank 4. And for taking him to rank 5, I basically need to explore uncollected this month and get like a tier 2 alpha or 2, but again, that shouldn't take long at all. So hopefully we're gonna see him up to rank 5 max sig extremely soon. So there we go, he's at rank 3 now. So that's going to be good enough for Act 5 kind of content, because why not? Look at that prestige as well. Well, not yet. Prestige is about to come. So we do have a lot of 5-star mystic signature stones, and we're about to use all of them. And then we're going to top him up with our generic ones. So there we go. He's going to be Sig 107 after these ones. Because yeah, it had been really long while since I actually used my mystic signature stones for any champion. I think I was kind of like flooding them in random Mephisto and Dr. Voodoo, and I think even Guillotine at some point, or something of the sort anyways, because they were in overflow for a really long time. But yeah, there we go. So prestige increased quite drastically. So we have 3 of these as well. That's going to take him to 1, 2, 2. And then let's see how are we going to approach this situation. We're going to use some of these. Take 10 of these, and then we're going to use the smaller ones. So we still have 65 of these. Wonderful. Sig 200. There we go. So we have rank 3 Sig 200 Dr. Doom. So this is basically the same thing content creators get, I believe. Now I do have suicides on currently, but I will be running him with Nick Fury and Quake and Goldpool and all that good stuff. So we're gonna see how we do. I hope I don't fail too hard. I think I more or less got the gist of how to use him, but we'll see whether that's gonna work out in reality. So the initial idea is always get to your level 1, I believe. So you can drop those heavy attacks. I don't have the synergy that makes my heavy attack guaranteed critical, but still something. So you can see that we can drop multiples of heavies, which is fine. Now I do have Mystic Dispersion at 4 currently, so we're gonna drop our level 1, and that should activate that aura, and with that we should also be able to power steal him quite a bit. Let's do the same thing again. Let's drop that level 1, which is unblockable currently. Have aura active. Let's steal some power. Now this kind of one thing that I realized about this guy is that you don't have to worry about how much power opponent has when you do your things. because when you drop your level 3, even though he was already at 3 full bars of power, I will have like an opening to basically hit at him. Now I'm also getting my Fury. So now even though he has 3 bars of power, we can see that we stole a good chunk. We're stealing much more, and that level 1 gave us like 2 full bars of power. So he's a really good power control champion realistically, just because you can push upon and play aggressively, kind of ignore the level of their power bar and kind of keep on going. So I do like that quite a bit, and this wasn't by far even his like best matchup, because opponent didn't get any buffs or anything like that, because he also has like Nullify. Obviously you can count Mystic Dispersion in the mix of all of that, so you can see how we do when we head on. Now this green goblin has unblockable special ones and vigor, so we should hopefully be able to deal with that vigor quite well. Now we did place stagger on him, so vigor should be taken care of basically. Let's see how much power we can get from this. He also apparently has incredibly high armor rating, so let's go stagger. And I may shoot this one again, but hey, it still kind of works. So let's see where we're at here. Should be getting good amount of power, but at some point ideally should be pushing ourselves to level 3 to kind of like go for that big finishing move. I think that is what I'm going to try in next fight, definitely. But yeah, the great bit is that you pretty much never have to bait out opponents' special attacks, because you know you're going to be able to deal with that power extremely effectively. But let's see how this level 2 does now. Should have some good incinerate, so that was supposed to kind of be our damage special attack. So yeah, it wasn't too bad at all. You can see how we do in the next fight. Now obviously, since we're running suicides and we are spamming special attacks, we are taking some damage, but again, as far as I have heard, that he kind of needs that suicide damage increase, at least if he's not highly ranked. So we're gonna, when we rank him, we're gonna see, oh, don't know exactly what happened there, but suppose we're doing just fine. So let's push her to level 3, why not? Activate our own level 3. That means we're gonna have an opening, because that level 3 does place 2-second stun. It's gonna activate our aura, and I should kind of be able to power drain her from that level 3. That does a nice amount of damage as well. So here we can see that we are basically taking her power away. Now as soon as we do, we can drop our own level 1. That pushes us to 2 bars of power, which is perfect. Let's drop our level 2 at this point. And yeah, I like it. I quite like that rotation, because you can get yourself started with level 1, push yourself to level 2 quite quickly, especially if there is kind of like a sneaky Mystic Dispersion trigger somewhere in the middle of the fight, and then finish the things off with level 2. So I do quite like it initially. So where it will come in handy in content, we're gonna see. I am quite positive though that he is much better prestige champion than Thor Ragnarok, for instance. But yeah, let's drop our level 1 now. So with this, we should be able to push ourselves to level 3 extremely quickly, because that aura is still active. Wonderful. Let's drop that level 3. Ignore the amount of power he has, because we really do not care. This should do a nice amount of damage, and we're still at 63% several fights in, so that's not too bad. With that Nick Fury Gold Pulse energy, it's working out quite well. So we have stolen quite a bit of power there. We can drop our level 1, which pushes us to 2 bars of power. It's capped to 2 bars of power, but at this point also we can basically get ourselves to another level 3, or almost to a level 3. kind of forgot activating my staggers, which is also a useful mechanic. Let's face it, it's definitely good, especially with the way how you can kind of like diminish opponent's power. Yeah, I think that will also find its use. But now, oh, I forgot that I have this opening here. So I do have my Fury, and everything's working out fine. We definitely have not much to complain about. 58 hits. He's not going to be the fastest killer, let's face it, but then again, those hits do add up quite quickly just because you cycle in between your special attacks. So far, definitely not much to complain about. I do like him, I do enjoy him. Let's give X23 that slap. Let's give her another one, why not? I should probably be hitting it then after my fourth. Now this is unblockable, so I have absolutely no reservations about throwing it as well. Now we basically need to, well, ideally I should have thrown that. I'm still a bit awkward playing him because it does take a bit of practice, let's face it. So I'm at level 3. Why not? Let's slap her before we drop that level 3. Now we're gonna blast her, gain that Fury. That Fury is quite potent as well, definitely does increase your damage quite a bit. And now let's see. Alright, that's just the things to get used to. Let's drop this level 1, so that brings us to nearly 2 bars of power. And let's finish off with level 2 again, so that seemingly is going to be the kind of preferred rotation, I suppose. Get to level 1, then get to level 3, and then super quickly siphon back up to level 2 and finish the fights off like that. So let's see if that works out against this Angela as well. Yeah, I like him actually. I didn't think I'm going to like him as much as I do, but I do. It might be just me being happy for a new champion, because yeah, as I mentioned before, I don't quite often get these early access bundles to be anything to talk about, but hey, it's cool. So let's steal as much power as we can. Well, we didn't steal too much, but still not too bad. Remember finishing combos with heavy attack, why not? Let's drop our level 3 because we will have that opening right now, still at 57% health, so definitely appears to be sustainable when run with Quake, Nick Fury, Gold Pool, which is definitely my favorite synergy team of 2019, just because of how often I use suicides and all that stuff. I almost kind of don't want to, whatever, it's unblockable. Not gonna need that recall anyways. But yeah, so the fights are quite quick. The damage is quite alright, especially on this kind of setup, because here I do have Mystic Dispersion unlocked at level 4, and I also have Suicide Masteries. I will have to test him out without Suicide Masteries, but at this speed does in fact seem quite promising. I wonder if I can do 5 hits. Whichever, let's just see what happens here. Let's drop that level 3. Oh, this might be a bit tricky because Phoenix does get that annoying invincibility phase, so I do need to be careful now with her. Oh, especially when I go in after the stun. Yeah, so I'm gonna let her throw this one. There we go, let's let that expire. And now I should be able to finish it off. Yeah, not a problem. At rank 3 with suicides, yeah, that level 2 seems also excessive, because when we get to that level 2, opponents are almost dead at that point, so it doesn't seem to be too needed. But we might actually try to skip the level 3 and just go from level 1 to level 2 and see how that works out. So let's do that in the next fight. Let's drop the level 1 basically as soon as we can. And then we can go for level 3. Sorry, level 2. Oh, the jerk actually threw it. Let's just go straight off. Oh, wait. That probably was not wise. Whoopsie. So I think now with these guys I need to parry stand before I drop my special attacks. Yeah, that worked out. He gets to that level 3 so incredibly quickly though. That's the one thing I like, because typically I don't like champions that hide their power behind level 3s at all whatsoever. They immediately discourage me from playing. But when he gains that level 3 this quick, it's not a bad time at all to be playing him. And we were like already past 2 bars of power. That's quite crazy how quickly he can gain his own power. I do like it, I definitely like it. I think it's quite a refreshing character design. Now, once again, how useful it will be in endgame content, we're gonna see. But everybody, I think, is also underestimating that shock immunity, because there are not many champions in game that are shock immune. And there are already some annoying nodes with shock. And I'm 100% certain there will be more annoying nodes with shock. Like EMP modification, for instance. Everybody hates that one. If you're immune to shock, you have nothing to worry about. Oh, this was not successful, but this is what it is. You're gonna have to drop another level 1. Whoopsie, that was I pushed myself accidentally to level 2, but well, hey, he's dead. So that worked out. So 43% going through entire quest with Suicide Mastery, spamming that special attacks. So it's not too bad, like we have been fairly effective. Now for the final boss I will chip in some potions, because why not? Only takes 3 potions here to heal him up as well. Let's see if we can or cannot. I'm not sure. I'm sure he can do that fight. I'm just not sure if I'll be able to do that fight with him. If that makes sense. So we're gonna... Oh wait, we messed up badly. So here the thing is, whoa, he's so aggressive though. Whatever, let's not waste any time. Let's drop that level 3. We're gonna have a guaranteed opening, which we can't really risk too much, so we definitely haven't played the best. This has been dodgy fight at the best, but let's see what happens here. So let's drop our level 3 again. So it's not really working out. We do need to find a rhythm here. I'm sure if it would be a slightly more experience for me playing this guy, I'd be doing much better, but let's see still what we can do. So we do have to keep our staggers on ideally. Remember that after level 3s, which is pretty much only thing I'm gonna try and throw in this fight, because we do get level 3s quite quickly. I don't have too much health left. and that does give us that guaranteed opening. So that's gonna be the idea here for sure. Let's stagger that. Let's stagger everything. Got that region through, but hey, it happens. Let's drop that level 3. This is definitely doable. It might not be the most straightforward fight, but it's definitely doable. Now I have put myself in a fairly tight corner, I think. Let's keep throwing those level 3s, hope he doesn't catch us. But as we can see, we are taking him down a bit by bit. We're just making quite a lot of mistakes on the way. But if I would know what I know now, how to play. Whoa, we got lucky there. Let's see if we can push him a bit further. This last fight is actually quite interesting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it out because I'm only on 14% health here, but at least we're making some progress. No, so at this point he got to level 3 and yeah, the fight's over. But I'm sure he can get it done. You just need to kind of like have a bit more experience playing Doom and time a few things a bit better. If I could start the fight all over, quite possibly I could have gotten him down. But it's quite interesting run nonetheless. I did enjoy it. I suppose let's quit this one out and then let's go and see how we can do against that Realm of Legends Winter Soldier. We're going to change up a few synergies to kind of increase his damage output because I will not care about his remaining health or his sustainability. And yeah, let's see what happens then. So which synergies would help him the most? Is there anything kind of like too particular? This is probably useful. That's not available. We're not going to be able to nullify much. Heavy attacks are guaranteed crits. Why not, I suppose. And what's the last one? Perfect block chance. Sure, I suppose. So let's see how he does now when he has his own synergies active. Now we will quickly KO our entire team. So he gets that 40% attack boost that, yeah, he gets if per each KO'd member of your team, he automatically gains 10% attack. And that is the synergy that he has with himself. So whenever you are in quest and you are struggling, do try to save up Doom kind of like last, because the more champions you have KO'd, the harder he will be hitting. So that is something to keep in mind and could potentially be quite useful as well. So let's jump in here. Realm Legends Winter Soldier. So the point is, if you have shock, can drop that guaranteed heavy attack. 4 hits, boom, done. 1, 2, 3, 4, done. I should have went for my level 1, but 2, 3, 4, staggered already. 2, 3, 4, and he dropped his level 2. That's kind of sucked. Well, whichever. Let's drop our level 3. That wasn't the ideal scenario. We should have probably started off with that level 1, but hey, it is what it is. got to another level 3, wonderful. Let's see where the damage goes now. So far 49 hits in, he's at 75%. For a rank 3 champ, so far so good kind of thing. And that special 3 obviously is multiple hits as well. 2, 3, 4, dang it. 1, 2, 3, 4, boom, 2 combos. Guaranteed crits on heavy attacks, why not? Let's drop another level 3, get that fury back. So if you are really quick and aggressive kind of thing, you can stack them up. Especially if you, I'd imagine if you had mystic power boosts, that would be quite beneficial. There we go, not too bad. But yeah, if you had like mystic power boost that lets you gain back a bit more power in this kind of fashion, when you can be aggressive, you can get to those 2 furies and probably maintain them for majority of the fight. Problem is when you have to sit down those special animations, which especially Winter Soldier has a fairly long one. Guaranteed crit, wonderful. 126 hits so far, and damn, that's actually quite good. If you get your level 3s, which you can do extremely easily by stealing that power, by having that aura on, yeah, you're doing quite a good job. You can see first combo we already have. Each combo basically gets us a bar of power. That's quite insane. And I missed it a bit. I could have done like a double fury. I was a bit too slow. I didn't notice that it was so close. But still, 15%, another level 3, and that level 3 animation. I do quite like it, but again, I have a feeling it's gonna get quite old quite fast, just like Namor's does. At least I think this one isn't as long as Namor's is. But oh man. And I messed it up at the end. Well, either way, I wanted to rush in and finish it with a level 2, but I messed it up. But still, I am actually... I was kind of afraid about how his damage is gonna look like. Oh wait, he's still not dead. Let's slap him down to death. Spectacular. But yeah, 171 hits. It could have been a bit less. So I do like him. I definitely do like him. I think with that crazy power gain and power steal, and the fact that he can play super aggressive and he doesn't really have to bait out opponent's special attacks, it's actually beneficial if they don't throw them. I think he will find some uses. He's not going to be the new Quake or the new Ghost or new Omega, I think, but I generally do believe that he's not bad. He's definitely not bad, and I can't wait to play with him a bit more, do a complete review of this character. But I think that will do for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons. At the same time, as you're watching this, leave a comment on what kind of gameplay you want to see from Dr. Doom, which quests maybe, which areas, maybe some specific matchups. But that will do for today, and yeah, see you guys.